We are back! Yes! With some more Train Simulator Classic. Right, so we have another request video. Okay, so this request video has actually come from Lucosa. So let's just read it quick. Right, so prime weather, summer, clear daytime. Right, yeah, we've got that. And a fantastically scenic route, namely the Fife Circle line. Okay, so we've got that. Starting at Edinburgh Waverley, final destination is Glenrothes and Thornton via Kirkcaldy, which I think is the anti-clockwise route. I may be wrong, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, all looks pretty good and straightforward, eh? So the train, Class 68 passenger run. Okay, well, I've never ever driven this Class 68 before. I've not even had a practice run today because I've just finished work. So I'm just going to dive straight in. So it is a passenger train with 6 Mark II coaches. So yeah, with all that being said, what could possibly go wrong? Right, he hasn't stated whether we're stopping at all stops or express stops or what. So what I'm going to do is probably just stop at every other station, unless they're ridiculously close together, like there's 3 of them in the space of a mile or whatever. So, or any ones I sort of recognise immediately, I'll stop there. So it will just be random, but there will be stops on this route. Okay, right, let's give this Class 68 a try. And here it is. Class 68 in the lovely ScotRail livery. When I did work in Edinburgh, I used to have to go up for a week every couple of months. And yes, there was never the words lovely and ScotRail ever in the same sentence. A lot of people had to commute to Edinburgh from Glasgow or other places. So yeah, ScotRail was not looked upon very favourably by the indigenous population there. But well, that's what we're in. So we're at Edinburgh Waverley. Okay, so let us just take a look at Waverley. Yeah, that's all looking familiar. We're right down the end. Okay, let's see what we need to do to get this started up. I don't think there's a master key. I think those things are well sort of long gone by now. Okay, so let's just do the lights. Let's try the keys. Headlights. Okay, let's do reverser. Yeah, so the test has worked. So I think we're good to go. So we've got separate brakes and throttle, I think. Well, I don't know actually. We must have a loco brake and train brake. Oh, I see. It's one of those. Okay. So we'll apply the brake, we'll hold the current brake and then release the brake and hold it down. Right, yeah. I believe I get it, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on these. Right, let's let everyone on. If there's anything else I need to enable. Don't think this is interactive. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the direct brake. Yeah, so we've got a direct brake and a loco brake. Right, it's been difficult. Right, the doors are open. There's somebody wandering around aimlessly on a different platform, just walking in a circle as you do. Okay, we're not going to get a guard ding, and we are at a 20-mile-an-hour limit as we head out. Right, okay, well, let's go. Let's release that one. There we go. Right, so that's what we need to keep an eye on there. Okay, now, it's the first station Haymarket, is it? I can't remember. Well, we'll just idle it here. Now we're at 20. Right, that red signal ain't for us. Right, we've got 30 miles to do, so it's not a long route. Oh, very sensitive, that. So I'll try, when I'm braking, I'll try these brakes first. Then if they're just not good enough, I'll also apply these. Okay, right, 35 mile an hour coming up. I keep wondering what that vibration is. I realise I've got an Xbox controller plugged in and it's the force feedback on that because this game supports it, although I don't use it. Right, into the tunnel. And do we have our headlights working? Yep, they are. And there is Haymarket, that's half a mile away, we might as well stop there. So I can give these brakes a go. I mean, we're doing 35, or just under 35 anyway, which is what I normally aim for when at the start of a platform, unless it's a very short platform. And then we're going to be on a 90 after the Haymarket, so we might as well stop here. Right, let's see how good this brake is. Let's see how quickly we get down to 30. Not that quick, is it? Looks like we might have to use the other one after all. Christ, yes, I've well overshot that. Although, I think I've got all the passengers on, so it ain't all that bad. Oh, yes. Well, that door didn't open, but it's still on the platform, so I wouldn't say that was a failure. If there's no passengers in this part of the train. Okay, so, yeah, must remember that then. Need both brakes together. On their own, they're not actually that good. Or start braking a little bit early. But we'll get the hang of it. Right, is that everybody? There's no guard whistle yet. All the doors are shut. Right, so let's release that. Yeah, it's fully released yet. Right, and we can get straight up to 90. So normally on going 90, I'd start braking around about a mile from the station. So we'll try it. I mean, this could be a complete disaster. I always forget the name of that stadium. I've seen it in real life so many times. South and down north, right. Yeah, it's totally gone out of my brain. Okay, I've just got a achievement for driving the Class 68 at a speed of 68. Wow, what an achievement that is. Yeah, it takes a special kind of driver to do that. Well, 75 coming up. Let's do some brake testing. These really aren't that good. Well, yeah, just about managed to brake there using both, but we've got South Gyle coming up, so... Oh no, we're not going to stop there. We'll stop at Edinburgh Gateway, yeah? Oh! Well, that was close. As I said, we'll do sort of every other station. Right, so we're about a mile away, so let's put some braking on this. And put a little bit on this as well. I feel I'm going to be braking a little bit too early, but... I don't know, might have sort of got it about right. Right, so we can get it to about 30 by the time we get the platform. And we'll release those a little bit. Okay, well, let's apply a little bit more here. So the platform's quite long, I can see from here. Get all that out. And we'll stop at the end. Come on. And I still overshot. Okay, let's have a look how far we overshot. Oh, not at all. Look. What's about 7 foot? That's acceptable in my eyes. The whole train is on the platform. Every single passenger can get on and off. Here we are at Edinburgh Gateway. Right, okay, let's release these. Fully released. So we're on a 90. Right. So yeah, I'm still getting used to this braking a bit. Maybe I do need to sort of combine both. Right, we've got a 75 coming up. So that's it's a mile and a half. Probably going to get up higher than that, and then have to brake because I'm at 60 already. I could be lazy and just keep it round about the 75 mark. There's airport. I don't think that's Waverley. It looks a bit small. Well, not Waverley, Edinburgh International. Right, we're at 75 now, and we've still got just under a mile to go, so we'll get it to about there, and we'll just coast for a little bit. And a bit of braking. That'll do. We're not at 75 for very long, just over this bridge. Don't know why there's a speed limit on that bridge. It's as straight as anything. It's hardly the Cassandra crossing, is it? Right, we've got 80 coming up, so I'll just go to that. Oh, finally we've got a proper trackside view. We're going to go through Dalmini. I'm probably pronouncing it completely wrong. So apologies for that if it is wrong, but we've got to get down to 50 and not for another mile. Right, yeah, very nice and scenic already. The description wasn't wrong. Right, let's get braking. Okay, slightly over braked there, but I'm not that bothered. And here we have the Forth Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. It's not been a bad implementation of this at all. The only time it could possibly be better, there's two scenarios. One is obviously if they do a decent pat for one of the Train Sim World games, obviously using the Unreal Engine. Or even better, going across it in real fucking life, not on a game. Both of those options which I've not achieved, or have not experienced. And I think the second one is the one I'd most like to, so I might have to sort that out. Okay, we've got a 40 coming up. We'll stop at North Queensbury though. As I said, we try and do every other. This looks like a short platform. We may have to try and overshoot a little bit. Oh, this brake on its own is rubbish, isn't it? Well, I've pretty much got it all on there. What is going on? That's oh, I didn't want emergency. That was a bit of a fuck up, wasn't it? So I'm going to get an operational error now, but all the doors can open. So I will get that emergency brake applied. Yeah, it's not good having this brake here seems to be a bit all or nothing. And this one just isn't good enough, so you've got to really use both. Right, let's release that. Graduated self-lap. Oh, I see how it is now. Now it's off. Right. See, we're rolling, but that's fine. So we're on a 50. I'm going through this quite a long tunnel. Okay, I'm beginning to understand how this braking works now. .40 then 50 through here. It may be that I've been driving with that other brake on. That's I'm not sure. Oh, crap. That downhill gradient got me a speeding error. Alright, that's in the key thing, is it? But I'll skip that one and we'll stop at the next one. Let's make sure all brakes are completely released. Bloody hell, picking up speed. Interesting drive, this train. So right, we're 50 once we get past the station. And here we go, so let's just have a little look at what we're going through. There we go. Nice buildings on the hill there. Make those fuckers jump. Oh, and I'm speeding. Right, this is where we're going on that clockwise, anti-clockwise route. Right, we're now at 50, and then it will very shortly be 75. What's that let up mean? Something I haven't done. Right, 75. I will stop at Dalgety or Dalgety Bay. We'll stop there. Oh! Fuck, I've done emergency again. Jesus Christ. I see how I did it now. If I click the thing twice. It's completely released. Okay, let's try using this brake here. Yeah, I'm struggling to get used to this a little bit. But practice makes perfect. So if I do that, that's graduated self-lap. It seems a bit much, doesn't it? Oh, I'm making a complete balls of this. Let's go back to doing it how I was doing it. It's fully released. This is a career scenario. I would have been kicked out of the game by now. Okay, that'll do for that one. Well, it won't do. It was an awful approach to the station. At least everyone can get on and off. Oh, he's tooting me. Fuck off. We'll give them a game of chicken if they want. Okay, right, so let's release. I've done emergency again. I've pressed the wrong button because I'm a fucking idiot. Full service. Graduated self-lap. And release. Oop. And we're rolling backwards. These brakes are pretty crap, aren't they? I have to put it in notch 1 before I release the brakes. Right, let's get straight up to 75 then. Yeah, I'm going to try and use these again. Okay, we're alright for a mile or so, and we're not going to stop at the next station. So we sort of head east. Oh, we've got a 50 coming out. How nice for us. Right, Aberdour. We won't stop there. Right, 15 coming up. We'll try and use the proper brakes. Oh, fuck's sake! Getting the arse with this. Okay, well, we are going to stop here, so there's no point us accelerating very much at all. Where are we? I've forgotten. But I will. No, we weren't going to stop here. Here's the area. Which spire there. We're on a bit of a downhill there, so yeah. It seems like this one is just to stop you speeding when you're going downhill. That's all it's good for. Look at it. Oh, we're on a 65 there. Must have missed that. And we've got 40 coming. Right, let's see if I can manage to not activate the emergency brakes. And we will be stopping at Burnt Island. Or Burnt Island. See, still picking up speed. Right, nice little lake there. Oh, first AWS I've heard in a while. Right, okay, we're going. It's pretty flat going here. But we slowed down to 40 well in time. Nice, look at that. Very nice. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's suicidal, isn't she? I've released the brakes, haven't I? Oh, they're just dancing across the tracks, as you do. I'm going to give it a little bit here. Okay, that'll do. Let's just pop this down when we let everyone off. Yeah, we got every passenger coach on the tracks. That is nice, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's crank this up to 1 and then we'll release that so we won't get any backward rolls. It's pulling away slowly, isn't it? Okay, so we're just entering into the 50. Now we're in it. Now we're going to the 75. Ooh, that way. I'm looking at the wrong thing for the brakes. I've been looking at that. That's the airflow indicator. That's really nothing to do with it. I can't remember where the brake display was, and I'm speeding momentarily there. We accelerated quicker than I thought. Yeah, that's release. Right, there we go. Along the coast. And Kinghorn we will avoid. Oop. Broke a little bit too early there. Braked a little bit too early, should I say. As we go through this tunnel. It's braking. So the 66, I struggled with the braking on that. And the wheel slip. And now I've got this, which is another completely different way to manage braking. That should be the same with that. But yeah, it's hard to see at what level braking I am, apart from the hint that comes up there, which sometimes isn't always up to date. Right, so we'll avoid Kinghorn, and we will accelerate up to 45 once we get out of this tunnel. And a slight uphill. Right, there we go. Anyone on the platform? No, but all two anyway. There we go. What a nice view from up there. Okay, right, out of 45 into 65, and very shortly into 75. We'll manage to avoid any speeding. Well, we got only 7.6 miles to go. We didn't get a trackside footage. There's a trampoline in the garden. Oh, let's get a trackside. No. Kirkcaldy. Right, we'll be stopping there. Right, okay, we'll leave the braking a little bit later and let's try it. Let's go to graduated self-lap. Might have to go full service. Oh no, should be alright. Bit too short there. Which I don't have to go out to the end of the platform, do I? We're here at Kirkcaldy. Everyone can get off. The entire train is on the platform. That door looks like it's scraping the platform edge. Right, looks like everyone's on. That's the level of braking there. Don't think we can release any more. No, that is on naught. Right, just under 5 miles and we will be Glenrothes. So this braking here is worthless. So yeah, it's all about managing this. You just apply the braking you want and then move it to hold, just watching that needle. I'll end up watching Lucosa's Class 68 video, or one of them, and then going, oh Christ, didn't make that easy for myself, did I? Okay, we're at a glorious 80 soon. Lots of identical church spires. We're notch 2 and we're just sort of gaining a little bit of speed there. Let's put it to what, 1. And we're still gaining. Idle? No. Yeah, we are going up a steeper hill now. All about finding that sweet spot, isn't it? If you can go a good 10 seconds and maintain the speed, it's good. Obviously the ground gradient changing makes it almost impossible. But look, we're doing all right there, look. Right, up to 80. Well, there's only 2.7 miles now, so I reckon our next stop probably is Glenrothes and Thornton. Oh yeah, look, there's our 20, and look, we're on a bloody downhill. That's got to be it, hasn't it? This is nice and straight for now. Yeah, there we go, that's the final destination. I braked a bit too early. Well too early. Now I was using the brakes properly. I braked far too early there. Can't win. Oh well, it's alright. So we'll just stick at this speed until we pull up. So yeah, it took me until the last station to sort of get used to the braking on this. So it's 3 different sort of braking systems I've used in the last 3 videos. My God, it's exhausting. Minus 25 on the other ones, just to stop us speeding. The brakes on that are almost like trimming your braking, aren't they? To maintain a constant speed. Here we are. Now on some flat ground, we can leave that on idle, and we'll just use the proper brakes once we get to the end. Not quite. Got all the carriages on. Might overshoot slightly just to get that rear carriage on. There we go. Glenrothes and Thornton, or with Thornton. There, look, and all the doors are opening, and I'm sure they are at the back as well. Yep, they are. So, yeah, here we are. It's not the hugest station in the world, doesn't appear to be a lot around it. But we did it. Not very well. It took me pretty much 90% of the journey to get my head around the braking, and even then still wasn't anywhere near perfect. Okay, so let's see how many operational errors. There was at least 3 speedings and emergency brakes. So yeah, speeding 3 times and emergency brakes 3 times. Yeah, I knew that. But my only defence is the braking I was not used to it. And the speeding, yeah, I've got no excuse for that. That is my lack of concentration, because I'm trying to get my head around everything else. But yeah, I can't excuse the speeding at all. Alright, that brings us to the end of this wonderful lesson on trying to drive the Class 68. And yeah, we will see you on the next one.